everybody. Before we start today's knife review, I just want to say hello to my mate Paul. You all know Paul, his channel's Serene Madness, and today I got my awesome Christmas card with the awesome bits and pieces. So yeah, thank you for that, Paul, very kind of you, much appreciated. As I say, if you don't know Paul and his channel, Serene Madness, check it out in the link below. Now, Serene Madness's last video was a look at all the swag he got for Christmas, and he did it as an open tag, inviting people to show what they got. Now, I'm not going to go through all the stuff that I got because you won't be interested in most of it, you know. I could sit here waving iTunes vouchers at the camera. But I will mention two off my nephews. First nephew got me a big fistful of gift vouchers, and I mention those partly because they're great, but partly because I'm likely to spend those on things that I will share on the channel. And then the other nephew bought me the knife that we're going to have a look at now. Okay, so here we have the knife in the box it comes in, BlackFox. This it's not a company I've had a knife from before. Fox Knives is based in Maniago in Italy, and BlackFox is one of their ranges. This knife retails for around £35, I think. The first thing you notice when you open the box is it comes in a lovely brown leather sheath with a press stud, a popper, and that's important, I think, because Velcro closures on pouches just doesn't do it for me. So we'll get the knife out. I think we'll just move that out of the way for the time being. So here we can see a lovely traditional style. Run through the specs. Closed, it's 110mm, 4 3/8. The blade is 82mm, 3 1/4, giving us an open length of 192mm, which is 7 5/8. We've got Cocobolo handle scales. Everything else is stainless steel, and the blade is 3mm thick with thumb studs on either side. Just for size comparison, as we usually do, this is the Victorinox Spartan copy. So you can see that the BlackFox is quite a chunky knife, in what I think a lot of people would refer to as the gentleman folder style. As I say, the blade is 440 stainless, hollow ground. The shape is pretty much a spear point, but on the back there's a little thumb ramp there going up where the thumb stud sits, and then slopes down again before swelling out over the belly. I really like that shape. I think that's really really good looking blade. What does it weigh? Well, so look. What are in there? Ounces. Shade over 4 ounces. I think that's... oh, what have we done? That's not grams, is it? There we go. So in modern, 4 ounces is 114.2 2 grams. And then in the sheath, the overall package goes up to 153 grams, or 5.4 ounces. Very nice sheath. We've got a loop on the back. I probably would prefer the belt loop to be flat at each end, like that, rather than looped over. But that's just personal preference. It's thick leather, it's well stitched, nice big popper. So what about the knife, the fit and finish? Overall it's very good. Whilst I do appreciate that £35 is a lot of money for a lot of people, it's not a high price to pay for a pocket knife. The appearance is lovely, the style is nice, the lines are balanced, the scales are very smooth. It's put together quite well, but there were a couple of issues. When you open it, it's a liner lock, and the lock up and down is solid, but side to side, when the knife was new, to say there was blade play isn't really enough. It was loose, and what was happening as well is when you close the knife, if you get to, when you got to about there, the side of the blade would start to rub on the steel liner. So what I've done is I just tightened up the torques on this side, and what that's done is it's brought the blade over just enough so that it's not rubbing. It's not 100% centered, but it's not rubbing anymore. I don't want to tighten it any further with the idea of getting it perfectly centered, because by tightening that up, it's taken the slackness out in that direction. It's very smooth opening, you can see the washers quite clearly, and it opens lovely with one hand. The liner lock is quite advanced. I think a lot of people, it's almost at 100%, so a lot of people might not be too happy about that. I'm not too concerned myself. It's not a hard use knife. It will be used, but it's not going to get a lot of hard use, so I don't see that being too much of an issue. We've got the open pillar construction, 3 standoffs. Is it, sorry? No, 2 standoffs, that's a stop pin, beg your pardon. And the only other slight flaw in the fit and finish, I don't even see here, but I'll show you a still that shows it up. There is a little shrinkage crack in the wood there, which is a shame. You can't feel it, it's perfectly well machined, and in this price bracket I think it would be unreasonable to expect the makers to use stabilised wood. Stabilised Cocobolo scales are going to be horrendously expensive. So overall it looks nice, feels nice in the hand. As you can see, I can comfortably get 4-finger grip. There's no jimping. The liner lock is smooth and the back edge is smooth, but it opens and closes smoothly and easily. And what's the edge like? I've got no phone book paper left, but there's quite thin catalogue paper, brochure paper, and as you saw there, oh, it just glides through. It's very, very sharp out of the box. And that is a lovely edge. So we've got a very sharp edge, and we've got quite a slim hollow grind. So let's try it on something a little bit heavier. So leather belt. That is a lovely slicer. No problems at all there. So, what's the verdict? Can I recommend it? Yes, I can. If you want a budget knife that is a bit of a looker, and to my mind this is a bit of a looker. I do like the style of a shiny bolster, shiny metal bolster paired up with a nice piece of wood for the scales, and this blade shape I think is brilliant. So if you want a budget knife that's a bit of a looker, and bearing in mind that this isn't right at the budget end by any means, you know, it's not a 10 quid, 15 quid knife, but it is well worth the money. It's a very nice Christmas present. I'm very pleased to receive this. It's going to get some use, it's going to be looked after, and it's going to live in this lovely leather sheath, belt pouch, call it what you will. So, cheers Dan, that's an excellent Christmas present, it's a lovely knife, and thanks for watching.